garden centres in the spotlight now.
Absolutely, yes. It's a battle of the gnomes, so they're calling it. Two major... Don't give me that look, Simon. That's quite a funny joke, actually.
Oh, right, okay.
I've been thinking about that all morning.
Have you? Oh, dear, oh, dear.
And it just gets that look from you. It's these two big companies. Well, first of all, we have Tesco on the one side, and we have Sir Tom Hunter, the billionaire who owns Wyvale, the garden centres, on the other. They're both battling for Dobbies garden centres. You'll find these in the north of England and in Scotland. And they're both basically looking to take over the group. But Sir Tom Hunter has until 5 p.m. today to put in an offer, otherwise Tesco get their hands on it. It's very strange because you might think, why would they want a small company like this? Well, to answer that question is James Edsberg. He's a partner at the business research group Lighthouse. James, why do you think these two groups are battling for this company?
Well, what's at stake is a footprint in what's becoming an increasingly lucrative sector, which is the garden sector. And the garden sector is benefiting from two sort of broad trends. The first is the rise of the green consumer. We're all making greener choices. Sales of things like solar panels, wind turbines, composters, water butts and things like that are doing very well. And garden centres are really well placed to take the benefit of that growth. And secondly, the demographic, which is we're all living longer, we've got longer retirement. And what's Britain's favourite hobby? Well, of course, it's gardening. So that's what's at stake.
Absolutely. I mean, why do you think, though, Tesco doesn't just build its own garden centres as opposed to buying up another group?
Well, I think, first of all, Dobbies already have a good series of sites dotted around the country. Most of them have about a dozen in Scotland and mostly in the north. And there's a short-term value to be gained, driving synergies, cost savings, which Tesco as a very large group can do in terms of its buying, distribution and logistics. And they hope that they'll be able to drive some value from that. So that's one of the reasons why they want to get hold of it.
And would they rebrand it, do you think, if they did get their hands on it?
Well, they've said that they wouldn't, so I suppose we've got to take that at face value. But of course there's a longer-term story here, and Tesco is always on the lookout for great locations and sites, because that's the value of any retailer, is really where they're positioned. And the interesting thing about Dobbies is, you know, 2 years ago this company was trading at a share price of about £5. It's now up at about £17. And the reason for that is partly the value of the property portfolio that it's sitting on.
James, thank you very much indeed.